So about a week ago, I was scrolling through the PSN store looking for a new game to play because I am getting bored of Fortnite, and I stumbled upon this beauty right here, H1Z1 Battle Royale. And I played a few games and I really enjoyed it. It was a really fun game, and I decided, well, how about I do a little, comparison between this and Fortnite, and let's see which one is the better game. Now, right off the bat, I'm gonna come out and say it. I think Fortnite is still a better game, but this is an open beta, so you got to give the benefit of the doubt that it's not going to be as good as Fortnite, which is a completed game. So starting off, the first breath of fresh air is not having to jump out of a battle bus, rather just being spawned in with a parachute in hand. You kind of just have to go straight, dive down into wherever you're above. And as you can see here, you don't take any fall damage from landing, so that is a plus. Like, I know, and I don't know if PUBG still does it, but I know in PUBG, when it first came out, you would jump out of the bus, you'd come down, and you could die if you didn't pull out your parachute. In Fortnite, they added where you jump, and at a certain time, it just forces you to take out your parachute, so you can't die from the fall damage. So one thing I do like about this game is right here, they have crates, like just normal crates on the ground. There's like supply drop crates. Right here, you can get some pretty good stuff out of this one. I happened to get, I think it was a purple. I picked it up. And this is where my first problem comes with the game. Now, as you can see here, I see someone, he's about to come through, and if you notice, I wasn't turning left or right or anything, and that was because my game just was not letting me use basically my controller except for moving forward, and that was it. I could move side to side, and not even like fully side to side, I could move forward, and that was it. So that's my first problem with the game, is the glitches are just overabundant. Like, this happened, I died from this. There's just an overabundance of glitches that don't need to be in the game. I understand it is an open beta, but still, most open betas don't have this bad of glitches. So I did get pretty mad at that, but other than that, I was having a fun time playing. Now, here I did decide to hop into a game with one of my buddies, and we, same idea. You jump right out, and you're going straight down at the ground. And the gameplay and the graphics and everything on this game are beautiful. Like, when I shoot at someone, I feel like I'm hitting them. I don't feel like I'm missing my shots. I feel like if I miss the shots, it's my fault. So it's great. And just the graphics, I just feel like it's a way better looking game than Fortnite is, because Fortnite is more cartoony, and I really like the more realistic kind of look of it, and it's just a really fun game. And also, one thing I do have a problem with is sometimes when you're going to play this with friends, you do get pushed into different games, or sometimes you ready up and your friends just aren't with you. Like, you get in the game, your friends aren't in the game at all, and that's one thing that kind of gets annoying after a while. But it's forgivable. Again, it's an open beta, but still, this isn't a glitch that you're expecting to have in the game. So I don't know what was up with that. I don't know if it just happened to me. If it happened to you guys, throw it on a comment and tell me. But it was happening to me a lot, and it does get irritating after a while. Now, one thing this game does have that I love is vehicles, and the vehicle mechanics and how they move and how it feels is way beyond what I thought it would be. It is like perfect, and right there I was just an idiot and I just went too fast. But it is crazy how cool these cars are. They move really fast and they feel nice, but the cars do have a glitch, and it's kind of like a minor glitch, but it's kind of weird. It doesn't get me angry or anything, but sometimes if you go and get into those four-wheelers, they change from orange to green, and I don't know why. I don't know if it's just, like, again, if it only happened to me or if it happened to you guys, but it was really, really weird. But other than that, the vehicles are fine. They run, it feels nice when you're riding in them, and like your friends can shoot and stuff. But another complaint I do have about vehicles is, for some reason, if you are riding in the back of that vehicle or on a truck or something, you can't look fully around you unless you're driving, which doesn't make very much sense, because you would think, well, if you're driving, why would you be looking like all around you? Like, you shouldn't be able to do that. But when you're the secondhand passenger, if you want to shoot someone, you're kind of limited to like a 180 sweep of the area. So unless the person's behind you or directly to your left or right, you're not going to be able to shoot them. and sometimes that could lead to your friend getting shot and killed. But other than that, again, vehicles feel nice. They feel smooth. It doesn't feel like they're buggy at all. They don't like glitch when you're riding them. Like if you hop off them, it doesn't, like, you don't go through the ground. You don't have a chance of dying if you hop off of them. It's just, unless you hop off them at a very high height, you're not going to die from just jumping out while they're, while you're driving them. Now, I do want to get into actual, like, gameplay and mechanics and how it feels. But before I do get into that, I want to just quickly, explain, the gun and, item system. So when you start off, you do spawn with, I believe, 5 bandages, and that's just like, you spawn in with 5 bandages. You can find more. I don't know how many you could hold, but you do need a backpack to carry everything, and along with bandages, there are also med kits, which I do believe take 5 seconds and heal you to 100. I don't know if they go right to 100. They might just do like 50 or something. But when you heal, an interesting thing is when you heal, you don't heal like right away like in Fortnite. In this, you heal and then you can see like a little darker, like kind of red bar, and that's what your health is going to go up to. So you know how much you're going to heal. So if you need to, you can use another one. But let's get into the guns and what kind of guns there are. From what I know and from what guns I have picked up, I don't know every single gun, but I do know there is the riot shotgun, the combat shotgun, which are the only 2 shotguns I know of. Then there's for rifles, there's the scout rifle, the AR-15 or the M16, the AK, what's the other one? The Marauder. There's a full auto Marauder. Like, there's just so many rifles. Then for the pistols, you have, I think, the M9. I think the other one is, I think the M9 is the only pistol. Then there's the revolver, which I'm going to say is in a subcategory because, it's only a single, like, you shoot, you got to, like, cock the gun, shoot. With the pistol, you can, you just kind of unload. Then there's also a little, like, SMG kind of thing. It's pretty cool. And all the guns, I don't feel like any of the guns are like super underpowered. Like in Fortnite, the AR, you got to pick up a green AR over a gray AR. In this game, you find a certain AR, and those are like the only ones you find. You don't find, you really like don't find a green or like a blue or purple or golden gun. You don't really like go around and find them just lying around. You have to look for like in supply drops or open like the army crates and stuff. So it does kind of put a balance into the game because in late game situations there are so many drops that everyone is going to be having not the same guns, but everyone's going to have a chance to go around and be able to kill each other with, like, say if I went up to someone with like a LMG or something, which is another subclass. I know just the LMG, I don't remember what it's called exactly, but if I were to go at someone with an LMG, it wouldn't be unfair where, like, okay, so they only have an AR or something, and that's all they could shoot me with, like, just a normal AR. They could have a, like a Marauder, like I said, like a 3-round burst or a full auto Marauder, and they have a higher chance of beating me because while the LMG is very powerful, you kind of give up accuracy for, power. So the gun system's very balanced. There's a large variety of guns. And as you can see here, here's one of the supply drops. As the circle grows smaller and smaller, the rarity goes higher and higher up. It goes green, blue, purple, I think, then yellow. So it's kind of like Fortnite with their rarity system. And, yeah. So you can get, I believe, 1 gun from the green and blue ones, and I think 2 from purple and maybe 3 from the yellow ones. I'm not really sure. Again, I've only played a few games, and yeah, I should have played a lot more. But when I say a few games, I've played around 15 games, and most of these games don't last that long for you, especially if you're not very good. If you're not like a very like seasoned player, you're not really gonna know like you're not really gonna know how to kill people. It's gonna be kind of harder for you to aim down sights. And like as you see here, there's 2 guns in this one. The CNQ and the Marauder, I believe I had. Yep. So yeah. So other items I want to get into are the armor. We'll start off with the armor. You have the makeshift armor, which I don't. It gives you, I think, 50 extra health, and then you have the military, which gives you 75. Then you have the normal biker helmet, which is 30, and then the military helmet is 50. Which you have both military grades of the armor, plus 100 health. You're getting well over 200 health, and it's just very helpful. But if you're worried that you go up against someone that has the helmets and stuff, you can shoot them off. Like, you could target specifically the head to shoot that off, and then, you know, you can go just straight at them like crazy. So yes, you can just shoot at their body, and eventually their body armor will break and they'll drop their helmet, but you could just go straight for the helmet, break it, and then you can just unload into their head and kill them. So I like how they balance it there, that if you have a good enough weapon, you can still kill someone with crazy amounts of armor. Unlike in Fortnite, if someone has more shield than you, you know, you're kind of like really scared to, you know, go straight at them because they have more health than you, they can have better weapons than you. But if someone has better weapons and better health than you, if you just have one good gun, you could just literally blow their helmet off and kill them. Then the next item I'm going to get into is going to be the running boots. Now, the boots, well, they're not running boots, but they're combat boots. Now, if you don't have the combat boots, you can still run, but it's not too noticeable, but it's a noticeable, like, you're slower. You know, you feel slower when you're without combat boots. When you're with combat boots, you run normal, you know, like everyone else will probably have combat boots as well. You run a little bit faster, and you can just, it's more of a, you know, like, it's enough that it pushes you to go grab them, so you're not like you're trying to like run from someone that's in like a car, and then if you have combat boots on, you can outrun them. But if you don't, like if they're coming straight at you, you could just get hit instead of being able to run out of the way. So there's that, and then also there is the backpacks, which if you have the normal backpack, you can hold 2 or 3 items, and then if you have military, you can hold up to 4. Without a backpack, you can hold, I think, just 2 weapons, which I think should be 1. Again, this is a beta, so they can fix it. Now, I do want to get into more of the combat system, where I feel like this is way more balanced than Fortnite's is, where if I'm shooting at someone, regardless of me moving, you know, a little bit or a lot, it shouldn't matter. You know, if I'm moving a little bit, I'm going to hit my shots, while in Fortnite, if you're moving a little bit, you're going to, you know, you miss most of your shots, and if you're moving a lot, you're going to miss, like, probably out of all the shots you shoot, like if an AR, you're probably going to hit 1 of 30 bullets. In this game, yeah, if you're moving a lot, you're going to miss your shots, but when I'm moving slow and I'm not moving, like, you know, like sprinting to the right, sprinting to the left, Fortnite does not do a good enough job of being able to, like, make you feel like if you're moving slowly that, like, you're hitting your shots. You feel like you're missing most of your shots. In this game, it feels like you're hitting your shots regardless of what you're doing. It's just a better flow for the combat. So I'm going to give it to H1Z1 on this one. Alright, so I do want to just end this video quickly by saying Fortnite by far is the superior game to H1Z1. Until H1Z1 is out of open beta, and until, you know, there's, you know, fixes made and bugs are fixed and everything, I feel like this is, you know, a game that eventually will get to Fortnite status, but, you know, it's going to fall off quicker. And if Fortnite's going to be just the better competitor, it's just going to always beat this game out. And although I do feel like H1Z1 kind of trumps Fortnite in its battle system, and, you know, you need more skill in this game than you do just having better gear. In Fortnite, I feel like, yeah, there's a lot of skill involved, but also it comes down to, like, if you have that scar over someone's AR, you're probably going to get a few more shots to hit, and you're probably going to get a little bit more damage dealt to them. But other than that, you know, Fortnite is a far superior game. Now, before I do end this video, I just want to say, you know, Fortnite is the better game. I would rather play Fortnite, you know, for 6 hours a day than H1Z1 for 6 hours a day. Fortnite's just one of those games that's really fun to play with your friends, but I feel like H1Z1, you know, when it comes down to it, it just, you know, trumps Fortnite in the battle system. And, you know, H1Z1's a lot more fun to play with on your own. I mean, it's just, you know, you can kind of do whatever. You can just screw around a little bit. Like, what I did here was I was playing with my buddy, and I went into the storm, and this is one thing that is a glitch in this game that I should have mentioned at the beginning of the video, but as I'm reviewing this footage, you know, it didn't come to me, but I spent about 10 minutes outside of the storm, and 1 damage was being dealt the whole time that I was outside in the storm. So that's one thing that I do kind of like dislike about this game. But other than that, you know, H1Z1 worse than Fortnite. Fortnite's gonna have to win on this one. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.